Good morning and welcome back to the Canadian International Auto Show. I'm Zach Spencer and hello to all of our Globe and Mail viewers. Yesterday we were live here from the show for Media Day, Press Day, where we unveiled 4 brand new Audi models here at the Audi display. And today we're kind of taking it up a notch. We're going to actually look at 8 different vehicles. And we have Felix Enciso here. He's the Director of Product Planning for Audi Canada. And we're going to talk about all of the different features of these vehicles. So design, the interiors, of course, power plants and new technology. Now the vehicles we're going to look at today will be the TT-RS, the RS3, the SQ5, the R8 Spider, and we'll also have a look at the A3, S4, RS7, and Q7. Felix, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Now, your job is to plan all of these cars coming to Canada, and I want to talk with this car first, because when I saw the sheet pulled off this yesterday, an RS3, this is the first time ever in North America, right?
Yeah, it's the first time we bring an RS3 sedan in the market. Before it was only available as a hatchback, and we finally have the product for Canada. We'll have it in the summer, so really great news.
Now this is the first one ever in North America, right? This actual car.
Yes, this actual unit is the first unit that we have in North America, and Audi AG help us on bringing the unit for the motor show, so we are very proud to have it in Toronto today.
Now somebody that always covers cars, I hear so much. How come we don't get the cars that they have in Europe? We'd love to have an RS3. Well, now it's here. It's very exciting.
That's an exception. That's actually an exception. We have a European spec vehicle here, but we have a Canadian spec in a few months in the market.
All right, let's get into the specs because I think they're very exciting. So this is a small car. How much power under the hood?
This is a 400 horsepower engine.
That puts a smile on my face.
In a 2.5 cylinder turbo engine and a 5-cylinder Audi engine.
Now 5 cylinders. Now many people might not know that that's a heritage design. The original Quattro cars from the 80s had 5 cylinders.
Yeah, Audi began with the 5-cylinder since the 80s, as you know. And we have kept the engine for the RS3. Audi has kept the engine because it's lightweight, it's compact, it revs quickly. And this is the kind of performance the customer we have in this segment is expecting.
Now the design is different from the regular A3 or S3. So what makes it an RS?
Yeah, it has all the DNA of a RS model, like the honeycomb grille, massive air intakes. In this case, even gloss black mirror caps, which can be normally they're aluminum, silver.
And you have the availability, I understand, to get the ceramic front brakes, right?
Yeah, it's important to deliver a true sports experience. So that's why even in this segment, the customer even can order ceramic brakes, like you said.
And what size are the wheels?
19s. These are 3 different designs of 19 wheels. And even an RS fixed suspension for a more of a track focus orientation is available.
Okay. So you can have the adaptive suspension or have it fixed for guys who maybe want to take it to the track.
Yeah, as standard, the car is equipped with Audi Magnetic Ride, which allows you to have more of a everyday usability of the product, like a comfort mode, a sport mode. But a fixed suspension is very sporty, is also available. Yeah.
All right, inside it gets some nice touches as well. Inspired RS Audi Sport design, right?
Yeah, the diamond stitch seats in fine Napa leather. We have a flat bottom steering wheel with an RS virtual cockpit display, which is quite unique in the car. It's like the highlight of the dashboard, and it's really sporty, really sporty.
Now, before we go through the rest of the products, we're going to have a look at a few RS cars, and this is a new sub-brand of Audi called Audi Sport. So what qualifies to be an Audi Sport car?
Well, Audi Sport is the pinnacle of Audi Sport is the Audi R8, as you know. But all RS models are...
So this is included?
Yes, are badged on the Audi Sport family. Our dealers have invested as well a lot in the Audi Sport section of their premises. With specialists that are able to help you in
and really know the products.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's an exclusive element of Audi, right?
Exactly. It's like the top performance league of performance, we call it.
I'd like to be in that club.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the car I really want in just a moment. But I tell you what, so that's a quick look at the all-new, this is the very first one in North America, RS3, and here it is in action. All right, we are in the R8 Spider. Felix, let's get the roof down because that is the most important and unique feature of this car compared to the regular R8. So this is a cloth roof. Why would Audi decide to go with a cloth roof over, one of the trends is to go to fixed hard roof, right?
For Audi, it's been a tradition to deliver most of the products with a cloth roof. It's a part of the design DNA that we have in the convertible vehicles, and the R8 Spider is no exception to that. It also is lighter. It's a bit lighter. This soft top is around 44 kilos.
That's it.
So it's great for the overall weight of the car.
And I understand the cover that where the roof is hidden is carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber is not only used in the cover, and we have the new Audi Space Frame, the chassis of the vehicle, which is made of aluminum and carbon. And the lid of the soft top is one of the elements that's also made of carbon.
I have to say, I was overjoyed to be invited to drive this car in Spain, your home country, right? In the spring, and it is a blast to drive. Now, one thing I noticed when I got in the car for the very first time, there is no center screen. You have the virtual dashboard. So explain why that is. Why do you not have two screens?
Well, it's the R8 is all about driver focus. You are like cocoon in this center in the cockpit. Everything is controlled with the steering wheel. Even the engine start-stop is
sort of very race-inspired, like a Le Mans car, right? Yeah.
And pretty much radio navigation and all elements are used by the driver.
You do have the MMI controller here, but that will actually go through that screen, right?
Yeah. And what you get is, by default, you get this virtual cockpit with the RS mode, so sport mode. And then for a more everyday functional use, you can change the view to a
more conventional
navigation or widescreen mode. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the outside of this R8 Spider. It looks different than the first generation.
Yeah, it's wider than the first generation. It's lower as well, so it sits more like attached to the road. And it includes a new R8 grille, DNA of the car, with more sharp edges than before, with LED headlamps.
LED headlamps, right? And you have even laser headlamps available?
Yeah, laser are available as an option, and then in the coupe they're available in the Plus model.
Now down the side of the car, you have the blade, which is a signature of the R8 when it first came out, and you can get in different colors, right?
Yeah, the side blade has been kept throughout the next generation, so it's a two-piece blade. So the Spider has one piece, of course, of it, and you can personalize the blade in different finishes. This one is the carbon, includes the carbon pack.
All right, now we haven't even talked about the engine. So under the back, how much power do we have here?
This is the 540 horsepower power unit.
And there's no turbochargers or superchargers that work. That's just good old displacement, right?
Yeah, this is very unique in the industry now. Audi has kept the 10-cylinder 5.2-liter engine with no turbo, so naturally aspirated, which is very rare. So it delivers a very unique sound.
But there's a step up too, isn't there?
Yes, there's a step up in the coupe, and later in the year will be available on the Spider as well.
Now, one of the great things about this car, especially in the Spider, is when the roof down, it sounds we're not allowed to start it in the show, but it does sound fantastic. And you even have a window that goes down when the roof is up in the back, lets all that sound in.
Yeah, also the glass window can be operated when the soft top is closed. So you still can drive listening to the engine of the sound with the soft top closed and operating the glass window.
You and I will do that one day. We'll take this out for a ride. Here is a video on the Audi R8 Spider. Now, Felix, we're looking at another RS. I think I see a trend here with Audi. You have this new Audi Sport family. We had a look already at the RS3. Now, this is what? What are we looking at?
This is the all-new TT-RS. We also have it in the summer for Canada.
Okay.
And as you said before, this is a unique situation. We have 3 Audi Sport models in the show today. So
Yeah.
this is the TT-RS complements our sport portfolio for the year.
Okay, so this has the same engine as the RS3, right?
Yes, this is a 2.5 liter turbo as well. And also it has received a little bit of a lightweight treatment. It's 26 kilos lighter than the previous generation engine. With,
You have to remind me,
yeah,
did we
yeah.
get the RS and the TT before in Canada?
Yeah, we did get the
Oh, we did get the previous
TT-RS.
one.
Yes, we did get it.
Okay, so it's lighter. What I find fascinating, 400 horsepower, as you mentioned in the previous car. It's lighter, has more power, but it's more efficient. How do you do that?
Well, there's been also some work on friction improvement. That has a lighter crankshaft and many other elements. So overall, the weight consumption has gone down and power has gone up.
Okay, now talk us through the RS elements on this car.
Well, the true RS DNA with a honeycomb grille, massive air intakes, and now for the first time also we have 20-inch wheels on the TT-RS.
Now you have an option to get different sizes, right?
Yeah. The car is fitted with 19s, but you can upgrade to 20s.
Does it make a big difference?
The handling is different because the tires are wider on the 20-inch configuration, and also carbon ceramic brakes are available in the RS for those that want to have a more of.
Now, you mentioned the stiffer suspension in the RS3. Can you get that in the TT
Yeah, you can
as
get
well?
it. This is a more of a track focus suspension. And that delivers as well a speed limiter increase to 280 kilometers per hour.
Which we don't get to use in North America. But it's fun to know you can go that fast. Now, what about the inside? It looks...
Yeah.
We're seeing this diamond stitch pattern prominently focused on your cars today.
Yeah, this is really one of the design elements of the RS model, which the TT-RS has. And a unique feature is that we also have the steering wheel with Alcantara and flat bottom with the satellite buttons like in the R8. So it has an R8 feel as well into the...
And the virtual cockpit is available here as well.
Yeah, virtual cockpit also has a race mode or RS mode. And even when you are on manual mode in the paddle shift, it flashes in 3 different colors like green, orange, and red.
Depending on the revs of the engine?
Yeah, and then it flashes out when it's asking for the next gear up.
Next gear.
So,
Okay, now, we didn't mention with the RS3, that car is capable of going to 100 kilometers in just over 4.1 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So what about this? Similar?
Performance here is 3.7 seconds.
Really?
3.7, which is really outstanding. This car is only 0.1 seconds slower than the R8.
I was going to say, that's very close to R8 territory.
Spider, yes, in the 0 to 100 time. It's unbelievable for a car this size to have such a performance.
So that's a look at the TT-RS. In a moment, we're going to be looking at a vehicle that you can actually test drive when you come down here to the show. Audi has a driving experience where you can take out the all-new Audi Q5 for a test drive. So we'll be telling you more about that in a moment. But first, here's a look at the Audi TT-RS in action.
Audio Jungle.
And welcome back to the broadcast live here from the Canadian International Auto Show. This is Felix Enciso. He's the Director of Product Planning for Audi Canada. You're in charge of deciding how all the cars come into the marketplace. And in just a moment, we're going to be showing a test drive that your cohort at work and I went out in the SQ5, which is this product. So as I mentioned before, there's an opportunity for you to come here to the Audi display and sign up to take a new Q5 out. This the SQ5 and the Q5 best sellers for Audi, right?
Yeah, this is a very important product for us. It's our best-selling car in the portfolio, and we have all new products this year. Both the Q5 and the SQ5 are new.
Now the thing is that we've had the SQ5 before, but it was staggered, right? Now you're bringing them in at the same time?
Yeah, this is a big change for us. The S model and the SQ5 in this case, and the Q5 will be in market at the same time around April. And but we have the first units, as you said, today that for test drive.
Yeah. Now, one thing a lot of people aren't aware, Audi Q5 is the best seller. The size has been like the perfect size for Canadians. They love the size, and you didn't change that on the outside, but you made it bigger on the inside. How did you do that?
The Audi has worked a lot in the interior volume of the vehicle without making the car any longer. I think it's just a few millimeters longer. Right. And that's very important because that's the medium size for an SUV that the Canadian market wants. And but also bringing in all the technologies of the new platform. The platform that we brought in the A4 is here now.
Now, one of the things about the Q5 is it has a great base engine, 252 horsepower from a turbo 4-cylinder engine. But what's under the hood of the SQ5?
The SQ5 has our new 3-liter turbo engine. We don't use a compressor anymore. We use the turbo, and the turbo is mounted between the 6 cylinders, between the cylinders, with a very quick airflow into the turbo. So it's a outstanding performance. It's 354 horsepower, but in a very agile configuration, and I think customers are gonna love the performance of the...
Now, one of the things about Audi design is that you have some very sharp lines, and I don't think people at home really appreciate. In order to get these, it's very technologically difficult to manufacture. So walk us through some of those lines and what it means.
Yeah, well, one of the main challenges was this like wave line that goes across the vehicle. This line
this is also the shut line for the hood, right?
Yeah, for the hood.
Yeah.
This is one of the DNA treats of the car. It's also wider over the wheel arches
so it looks like
to emphasize it's a quattro. So it emphasizes a quattro vehicle with all-wheel drive. And also it flows into the LED headlamp. So
now this vehicle is sitting lower, and that's new for Q5 and SQ5, is the availability to get an air suspension, adjustable suspension that goes up and down. So talk us through that.
That's correct. Customers can order air suspension now. This car has the S air suspension, adaptive air suspension. It allows you to raise and lower the vehicle, and it changes a lot the driving dynamics.
So when it's low on the highway, you're going a little faster, that's when it feels connected, really low.
Correct, and then there is an off-road mode and a comfort mode for a more of a commute kind of...
Inside though, this is where you picked up with all your other cars. You get the beautiful elements, especially with the SQ5. You can get the diamond stitching, the virtual cockpit, all of those things are available here too, right?
Yeah, we have our diamond stitch seats in fine Napa leather. And we have an S Sport steering wheel, and even carbon fiber can be ordered as an option. So it has a lot of S model treats that are available in the SQ5.
Well, you can come and see it for yourself here at the Audi display. That's the SQ5. But in addition to that, you can take out a Q5 with that 252 horsepower engine, as we mentioned, for a test drive. All you need to do is come down here and sign up, and this brand new product isn't even in the marketplace, and you can test drive it before anybody else. We'll tell you more about that in a moment, but I had a chance to drive this car yesterday. Here's a look at that video around downtown Toronto. Christian Schuler joins me again at Media Day. It was a big day for Audi, and you have a chance for people to actually test drive your cars at the show, right?
That's right. You just come to the Audi booth, sign up, and off you go.
Now, Q5s, you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay, can I do an SQ5 if we go for a test drive?
You're lucky enough, we brought one with us, and you have the chance to actually experience that.
And I typically drive because I test drive cars. Are you okay with that?
And you're also here the lucky guy.
All right, let's go for a ride. Well, Christian, I have to tell you, this is my first time driving a Q5, never mind an SQ5, so I'm very excited.
I guess so. I would love to drive as well.
Oh, so now you make me feel bad. So what's unique about this vehicle that people should know about?
Well, first of all, the S model always has some substantial performance increase. So the regular Q5 has 252 horsepower, and this one has 354 horsepower.
Now the Q5 family overall has grown a bit, right? It's a bit bigger than the old model?
It is. Actually, it has more legroom, it has more headroom, although the outer size almost remained the same. So with new technologies and things are getting smaller, you can actually create a more roomier space in the car.
So Christian, there seems to be no end of the love affair people have with utility vehicles. They really offer everything for a family.
Yeah, and I think the Q5 with the first generation actually hit also here a sweet spot, because it wasn't at the time like an SUV, a true SUV. It was more like a design language, and I think our engineers and designers did a great job in putting an SUV type car into a sleek design, but still keeping that functionality and sporty feeling of the car.
Now let's touch on the driver assist features. There's lots of things in this car that help you out, right?
I tell you something, in this car you have around about 20 driver assistance systems.
Wow.
First and foremost, you have an adaptive cruise control, which has a stop and go function. The car automatically adjusts the speed to the car which is in front of you.
So I would guess that this is perfect. Stuck in the Don Valley Parkway, Friday afternoon, you're there for an hour. It does all of the stop and go for you?
That's exactly what it is.
Oh.
And you should not completely relax, but it's definitely a big support in terms of your driver assistance.
The car we have here has what Audi calls the virtual cockpit, and it's what, 12.3 inches, is that right, behind the steering wheel?
That's right, yeah, and it's fully virtual, so there's nothing mechanical anymore, and you can actually switch basically between two modi. One is more for seeing the traditional view with the speedometer, but then you can also go into the more infotainment area, where you can actually have your navigation and your map right in front of you on the entire screen.
Now, MMI is multimedia interface, and I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's the interface for your smart products, right?
That's right, yeah. And what you have here, you have even a full and big touchpad functionality, so you basically can draw letters or numbers, and it actually puts it into the navigation system.
One of the things I heard about this car is it actually can read street signs, is that right?
That's right, we call that traffic sign recognition. So basically in your navigation system, it shows which sign is recognized, that you can always see, okay, which speed do I have to take? And it also comes with that urban driver assist package.
Now there are different drive modes and also different suspension modes, so you can configure the car for your specific type of driving.
There is the dynamic function. When you have a stiffer suspension, the riding height is a little bit lower, and the gas is already a little bit different. So it comes a little bit more direct. Your steering is more, we call it a dynamic steering, gets a little bit stiffer because the car suspects that you're a little bit faster. So how's the ride so far, Zach?
Well, I'm enjoying it. Hoping we're going to get it here on the highway and open it up a little bit. I love the interior, and I love the sound of the engine. That sounds great.
Yeah.
And we're not even, oh, it says, you switched it. You put it in dynamic for me, thank you.
I thought you might like this. And actually, here at the auto show, you can also test drive this car and sign up right at the booth.
Yeah, the regular Q5.
Yes.
SQ5 was kept for Zach.
SQ5 was kept for you, but be assured that this car will be available soon for the perfect ride as well.
All right, well, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. I just have to decide what color I get. And welcome back to the live broadcast from the Canadian International Auto Show with the Globe and Mail. Felix Enciso is here, Director of Product Planning with Audi Canada, and we just showed the test drive I did yesterday with the SQ5. What a great product. I really enjoyed it. So people can come down and take a test drive of the new Q5, but this is we're kind of going from one extreme to the other. The powerful new utility to a very efficient, it's the A3 e-tron. Explain what e-tron is in the Audi family.
Well, for us, e-tron is our hybrid vehicle, but e-tron will be our brand moving forward to to name all our EV vehicles, electric vehicles, and this is part of the Audi strategy.
So this is an electric vehicle and a hybrid car at the same.
Correct. It combines a gasoline engine and an electric motor, which allows you to have 500 kilometers gasoline range and 26 kilometers on full electric range.
Well, we want to show off a little bit because I think it's really fun where you hid the plug, because a lot of times the plugs are in the side. Show us where it is here.
Yes.
Okay, open it up. I think that is so cool. It's behind the rings, and I'll plug it in there, and there you go. So how long does it take to plug this car in and have it charged? So this is a 240 volt plug, which is about the same. It's the same power as a dryer, and you can have this installed in your garage. And you have one of the units here, right?
Yeah, you can charge in a normal 110 volt configuration, which takes a bit longer. If you can build a charger at home, install our charger at home, which allows a more powerful charge, which in 3.5 hours approximately you'll have the vehicle charged. Yeah.
Okay, so 26 kilometers. Now, some people think, well, that's not a lot of range, but I think the average commute in Canada is right around 30 kilometers. So you can do the majority of your driving on pure electric power. And that's the idea, to have the best of both worlds, the electric, and if you wanted to drive to Ottawa for the weekend, you can do it in this car.
That's for us what's important. It's a reduction of the range anxiety. You can commute to work, even if your office has a charger, you can charge in the office, so pretty much you won't use gasoline.
Right.
But at the same time, you can go over the weekend in a long distance trip with a gasoline
or
engine.
something.
Yeah,
so it's got a mild update to the outside, especially the lights. I think those are quite unique.
Yes, we have upgraded the entire front with this facelift on the e-tron. We have new colors. The grille design is new, more sharp, more aggressive is so than the previous model. And also new LED headlamps have been redesigned completely.
And you also have that virtual dashboard we've been showing, the cockpit I should say, and the other cars available in this too, right?
Yes, virtual cockpit comes to the segment for the first time for us. And it allows you even to not only to have navigation in the dashboard, but to continue with some of the features we had before, like delayed charging, for example, so your vehicle charges at night in a more convenient.
When the energy costs are lower,
utility
right?
bill, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a quick look at the Audi A3 e-tron. So now we're going from uber efficient to ultra performance in just a moment. You're going to love it. It's my favorite of the bunch. After the break, but first, here's a quick look at the e-tron in action. Now, Felix, sure, the halo car is the R8, but for me personally, I love this car because I own an Audi A7, but this is the top dog. What do we have here?
Well, this is the RS7 performance model. Which
Can I upgrade? I could, couldn't I?
You could.
It's a big upgrade, so tell us about this car.
This is in the RS7 lineup. We introduced last year the performance model,
Okay.
which even increases power from 560 to 605.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what the R8 has, that kind of power, right?
Yes, that's the power delivery of the R8, and it has some unique things to the performance model. We bring in the market with carbon ceramic brakes, with head-up display, carbon mirrors, some unique elements to the suspension. We have a dynamic ride control suspension, which is unique to the performance model.
Okay.
And even the speed limiter is up to over 300 kilometers per hour.
Like I said, in North America, it's not really going to work. But the car is just so beautiful. And the one thing I love about the A7 that I own is the actual design of the car. It is very elegant and sexy, and in this, very muscular, but very practical at the same time. I'll just talk about the reason why I love this car is because you can get a family in it, no problem. I'm 6 feet tall and I can fit in the back seat.
Yeah, the functionality and design is being the great combination of this car. You can have the performance and of the RS model or even the S7 model, but with a massive luggage space. And
maybe we'll get the guys to open the cargo area at the back, which for me was a big selling feature of this car because even though you've got this sleek and sexy looking car, you still have this massive trunk. You can put so much stuff in there.
That's true. That's why I think we are so successful with this model in Audi, and especially in Audi Canada, and throughout the portfolio, even from the A7 to the RS7, all customers are looking for the great design cues of the car, but all the practicality that it gives you.
Now you told me something about this. I didn't know that the RS7 is the best-selling RS model. That surprised me.
Yeah, for us, it's the amount of RS models that we sell in relation to the A7 family overall is quite high, one of the highest in the world. And this is because we have this particular market in Canada that demands, as I said, this functionality and performance at the same time. So we have a great number of customers upgrading to the RS model.
They want the best.
Yes.
And this is the best. This is the best plus. Yes. So how many horsepower again?
605, yes.
And you get a unique sort of suspension setup that makes it easy to drive in the city, but aggressive too.
On top of that, we sell also a special titanium exhaust system.
Yeah.
With carbon tips, which has a very unique sound. It's done through a partnership that Audi Sport has done with Akrapovic, the exhaust manufacturer, and it's incredible. That's even making it even more sporty and fun to drive. Yeah.
Well, I just love this. I love the red too. I'll take it. Can we work something out? All right, that's a quick look at the RS7 with the performance package, over 600 horsepower. Sounds very enticing. We're going to move back to a more family vehicle in just a moment. This is a great family vehicle, but even bigger, after we have a look at this video of the RS7. We're live again here at the Canadian International Auto Show at the Audi display. Felix, now we're in front of a vehicle that really helped part of the renaissance last year. It was the second vehicle to get the virtual cockpit, and it has been selling like crazy, the Q7. Tell us why this vehicle is so immensely popular.
Well, the Q7, as we call it, is the king of Q. For us,
you've got a name for everything. King of Q, I like that.
For us, it's a great product for the Canadian market. Not too big, but also given the functionality of the 7 seats.
Now, in other markets, the 7-seat is an option, but in our market in Canada, it's standard, right?
Yeah, we always have a Pro configuration where the 7 seats are available, and it gives you the versatility of either you want to use the 7-seater configuration or not. In the new model, you can even deploy the seats with an electric push button. And that's for us, is a great balance in this vehicle, no? Functionality and not too big.
Not too big. Yeah. Now this one looks great in this color. You're telling me this is part of your exclusive program. So what is this?
We have our exclusive program is, as you know, our personalization program from Audi. Customers can choose either interior elements or leather or paint finish as well to personalize the vehicle. What we did is we did a special edition with Audi exclusive. And of 75 units, this is one of the...
What's the color called?
is Sepang blue,
Seapan blue.
and we have combined an gray interior as well, where the stitching and the piping and so on is made in Sepang blue as well, to give it more of a unique feel inside.
It's a more aggressive looking vehicle too. You've got the black trim around the windows, and talk about that and the wheels.
Yes, the wheels are unique to the special edition. They are black and silver in 21 inch. And we also have the black optics package. So the single frame, the grille has a black finish. So do the window surrounds, and so does the side element on the side of the vehicle with the quattro script. It's in black. Normally it's in silver, and this vehicle has a different finish to it.
All right, so you have the sort of exclusive, but you also have a new engine, because when this vehicle came out last year, it was the 3-liter with 333 horsepower. Now you've made available the same engine as the Q5 with 252 horsepower.
That's
so
correct.
why did you put a 4-cylinder turbo in here?
We know that there is a market now in the bigger SUVs for a 4-cylinder output. Power has improved so much in the 4 cylinders that we are ready to have it available for the Q7. We started by the end of the year. We are delivering the first cars now, and this allows us to have a lower price point in the market, while still keeping the Q7 size.
And maybe a little more efficient too, right?
Of course, fuel consumption goes down, and it also makes it more affordable for the family that needs the seven seat configuration.
Now, I understand that there were waiting lists to get this vehicle, and it's in hot demand, so it's only foreshadowing how it's going to be with the Q5. If this was so popular, I'm sure the Q5 is going to be crazy.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have great results. We have a lot of inquiries over the website and so on, so we expect hopefully we expect a great performance. Yeah.
All right, so what do you call it? The King of Q?
And the perfect Q.
The King of Q. Okay, King of Q. Here's a video on the King of Q. Now, Felix, a lot of people might not be aware, we're standing in front of the S4, but the A4 family is really the heart of the Audi brand when it went through a major surge in the 90s. That really is your core, isn't it?
Yeah, the A4 is very important for us. It's our best-selling sedan. And
it's a world car, right?
Yeah, it's our world car. It's sold over more than 120, 130 markets worldwide. And it's very important to the Canadian portfolio as well.
Now, the A4 came out last year, and I have to say, of all of the cars I drove last year, the A4 impressed me immensely because it has that 252 horsepower engine, which is quite a big jump from the previous model. It's lighter, it's bigger, and then you take that and you add the S onto it. So what do you get with the S4?
The S4 has the unique elements of an S model, special mirror caps, defined grille, different grille. Unique LED headlamps to the vehicle, which are standard in this model, and of course the new 3-liter turbo 354 horsepower engine.
Yeah, it's a marvel. It's a great engine.
Yeah.
And so this is the performance model, and you have a beautiful looking interior with the virtual cockpit as well.
Yeah, the inside the S4 has also unique elements. It's available standard with the S Sport seat, which gives that craftsmanship look and feel inside. Can be ordered with carbon inlays and so on. So it has a lot of S model DNA, which sets it apart from the A model.
Right. So the S4 is really for somebody that likes the size but wants more. And this is a big step up from the previous S4, right?
Yeah, this is not only in performance-wise, but technology-wise. It's available with all the new driver's assistance systems.
Right.
It's available with the all-new Audi Connect, which we just introduced in the market. Virtual cockpit, traffic jam assist, and so on. So it's not only a change in performance, but a change in available technology.
Well, I can't wait to drive that one as well. So Felix Enciso is the Director of Product Planning for Audi Canada. He's in charge of deciding which cars come into the marketplace and the configuration, so he's the guy. And you've been a great host today. Thanks for walking me around all 8 cars, and it's very exciting times. So we've talked about the A4, we've shown you the S4, and here's a slightly different take on the A4 family, a video on the Allroad. My thanks again to Felix Enciso from Audi Canada. I can't believe we went through 8 cars. We went from mild all the way to wild. Lots of horsepower to see here when you come down to the Audi display. And I really do encourage you to come and have a look around. There's many more than the 8 cars we looked at. There's 13 all new products coming this year for Audi Canada. And when you're here, they have a virtual reality display that you can actually look around a car configurator and look at the different cars in different colors. You can also check out the dashboard without having to get in the car and see how their MMI interface works, and a whole lot of other features. That's just some of the stuff to see here. And while you're here, you want to sign up for the test drive to check out the all-new Audi Q5. The Q5 is not available in the market yet, but they have some early models that have been shipped here to Canada for you to come down and test drive. So make sure you come to the Audi display to find out more about that. Big thank yous, of course, to Audi Canada and to the Globe and Mail. I'm Zach Spencer, and I'll see you here at the Canadian International Auto Show.